here today to talk to you all about something of great importance, something that affects each and every one of us every day, whether or not we're aware of it, and that thing is mental health. On October 6th, 2023, I met a friend out and we hung out for a few hours, talked about life and the future, things we were going to do together. We walked home, we joked, arm in arm, and walked her to her house, and then I left and went home. The next day, I woke up to the news that my dear friend had taken her own life. It was after this that I was introduced to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. After her passing, I've used their resources for those who've experienced a loss and was inspired to donate in the hopes of preventing further losses of wonderful individuals like herself. I am here to implore you all to donate to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and be a part of the difference between life and death for someone. I'd like to begin by talking to you about some statistics and information regarding mental health in our society. And then I'll explain to you what the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's initiative is and how they are working towards a better future for us all. According to the nationalcouncil.org, access November 16th, 2023, perceived barriers to mental health services are high cost and insufficient coverage, limited options, lack of awareness, and social stigma. These barriers can prevent someone at high risk from getting assistance that they desperately need. According to the Center for Disease Control, access November 17th, 2023, more than 1 in 5 adults live with mental illness. Mental illness is one of the top contributors to suicidal ideation. And according to the World Health Organization website, access November 17th, suicide is the 4th leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of us in this room. Mental health. This just goes to prove that mental health crises are extremely prevalent in our society and desperately need addressed. The AFSP is working to address this need, so let's look at their initiatives and goals. They have 4 main goals or pillars, the first one being research, surveillance, data collection, and infrastructure, access to care and services, diverse, underserved, and disproportionately impacted populations, and systems change and firearm suicide prevention. The first pillar, research, surveillance, data collection, and infrastructure, is a crucial step in preventing suicide to understand who is affected, who needs help, and when these individuals are suffering. The AFSP encourages Congress annually to invest in prevention and intervention strategies. This gives us insight into specific populations and communities at risk and the strategies that will be the most effective to help them. Socioeconomic factors, including trauma and discrimination, can contribute to an individual's vulnerability. The AFSP research helps give the right resources to those who need them. The second pillar is access to care and services. This aims to reduce a lack of access to care by reducing gaps in geographical distance, isolation, and lack of access to mental health providers, as well as insurance coverage. Telehealth can expand the reach of care and services and lower treatment costs. More accessibility means that these individuals are more likely to utilize this information and get the help that they need. The AFSP also works to increase funding for crisis response, including lifeline call centers, mobile crisis response services, and recovery centers. This ensures that there is always someone to call when you're in need, always someone to respond when you're in need, and always somewhere to go when you're in need. The third pillar is diverse, underserved, and disproportionately impacted populations. These populations include the LGBTQ+ community, communities of color, and low-income communities. These are all particularly at risk. The AFSP strives to improve data collection so that they can provide culturally informed healthcare and prevention services for those populations that are at increased risk. They fight discriminatory policies by rectifying underrepresentation in mental health awareness and research, and aim to close the informational and access gaps. The fourth pillar is systems change in firearms suicide prevention. According to the AFSP site accessed November 1st, 2023, the AFSP estimates that if half of all firearms purchasers were exposed to suicide prevention education, 9,500 lives could be saved through 2025. This is not a call for restrictions on firearms or control on firearms, but rather an optional educational opportunity, as well as an option to voluntarily opt into a do not sell list or removal of firearms in moments of clarity for these individuals. This pillar also aims to increase funding for suicidal risk screening and assessment. Understanding who needs help gets the right resources to individuals, but also helps individuals to understand what is happening to them and the opportunity to seek the help that they need to heal and move forward. So to reiterate, mental health affects every individual, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is working to educate, provide resources, and change the system to prevent future suicides. Please go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention website and donate today. Suicide prevention is not just a cause, it is a call to action that unites us in our shared humanity. By working together and donating today, we can create a world where mental health is prioritized, stigma is eradicated, and no one feels alone in their battle against the shadows. Your donation might just save a life. Thank you.